Morning and welcome to Gardening 365. Today's Saturday and Saturday is feed day. Okay, today I'm going to be using the tomato food for the plants inside because it doesn't smell, and outside I'm going to use comfrey tea. And it's 20ml to 5 litres of water. Remember what I said previously, don't ever overfeed. Overfeeding is worse than underfeeding. And some feed for the poorly yucca, and I really hope this comes back, because at the moment it's not looking great. And don't forget to stir your fruit cap. I'm going to have a look later on, see if that's ready for bottling. I'm going to feed the blueberries with the tomato feed was left over. I'm going to have a look around all of the fruit trees in a bit and do a bit of fruit tree update. Fish pond update, everything looking pretty good. Got a water lily about to come out, which is great. Okay, but the problem is the water's looking a bit green, and it does happen at this time of the year. So what I'm going to do is put some pond cleaner in, and hopefully that'll clear it up. And depending on how it goes, I'll give you an update tomorrow how well that cleaner's worked. There's the current situation, and this is the stuff that I use in the pond. This is a comfrey tea. It looks like and it smells like. Okay, what you want to try and do is just get the liquid from it and leave the solids in the bin. And that's finished feeding the tomatoes, and at the very end the cucumber. And I've just come up with a great idea. Okay, and the idea is we're going to have a plant of the week. So once a week on a Sunday, okay, we're going to vote with a poll what plant we want to include for the plant of the week next week. So we can get it off, I'm going to start with tomatoes. So tomorrow what I'm going to do is post a post on Facebook saying the plant of the week is tomatoes, and I want everybody to share the pictures of their tomatoes, okay, and what stage they're at. Okay, so look out for that plant of the week. This week it's going to be tomatoes. As I've said previously, we're going to start feeding the beans in the greenhouse as well to give them a little bit of extra something. And the comfrey tea is give the greenhouse a very greenhouse smell. Now, new for this week, we're going to feed the chilies, and we're going to be feeding the peppers. We've got flowers on and starting to fruit. And if you look at the hothouse that we've made, really is quite damp in here, quite humid, and that's absolutely perfect conditions for chilies and peppers to grow. And even more perfect is giving them a good feed of comfrey tea. And that's quite a rare sight these days. Just the one duck on the pond. Okay, the ducks are absolutely loving it. But at the moment, oh, I don't know where they are. They're down the garden somewhere. And when you've finished, fill it back up, ready for next week. That's more like it. The geese diving down under the water. And we absolutely love it. Fruit tree watch. This is our first cherry tree. Got some cherries on, and there's one ripening, which will be lovely. Cherry tree number 2. This is the one that had the black fly. It's not looking bad at all neither. Apple tree. A number of apples, and this is the first time that it's fruited this year. And the sloes are looking good. That's lots of sloe gin, stroke sloe vodka later in the year. Apple tree number 2. We have 1. Plum tree number 1. Nothing. Sloe tree number 2, or blackthorn as it isn't properly known. Quite a few. Woolly pear tree. 1 or 2 left on there. Looks like that one is going to drop off as well. Will we get fruit off this for the first time? I just don't know. And these 3 fruit trees are the first ones that we put in when we moved here, and they've had absolutely nothing on, so we're considering moving them over to the other part of the garden where they might bear fruit. Probably do that in the autumn, maybe into the winter. Radish looking good. I know they're not fruit trees, but I'm over at this part of the garden. The little oak tree doing well, and 2 and 3 horseradish doing well as well, and some wild poppies just coming up in our set aside area. And there's a purple one there. We've had a number of purple ones this year. I've never really seen them before. Really nice. And some nasturtiums growing as well. And this big daddy is our wild cherry tree, hence the name of the house. No, that's the daddy. That's a wild cherry as well. Beautiful, beautiful tree. Okay, and it's got little wild cherries on. I'll show you. There's a little wild cherries. Now unfortunately this tree is far too big to cover, so the birds will just annihilate them. I do try and sneak across and have a couple of 3 of them. They are delicious, they're really sweet, really nice, but they're wild cherries. And the big daddy's got some on as well. Okay, I'm going to be trying those in a few days. My garden buddies. Tez. Hello, Tezzer. Hello, Tez. This is a new dog we had. We've had her about 6 months now. We got her from a rehoming centre. Spud. Spud. Come here, Spud. And this is Spud. We've had Spud for over 10 years. And I'm sure some of you already know Spud. Kate is always with me. My favourite places in the garden. Up behind the big wild cherry. Down the garden. And there's the raptor table. And just behind that is the wild meadow and the wildlife pond. And there's a new hedgerow that we've created with the help of our good friend Nathan. And Yvonne and Christian, these are for you. Just going to dry them out and then I'll get them in the post to you. And I haven't done this for a while, so a little update on Broody Duck. There she is, sitting on what we still think is 6 eggs. And she's hardly come off that nest. Again, we'll keep you updated. I'm not sure what day this is, as in how long she's been since she started sitting. It's a number of days now. The broccoli looking good from its weeding the other day. Spinach now well ready to eat. Kale at the back also looking good. Number of pea pods now on the peas, so just waiting for them to fill out and we'll have our first meal of peas. And one of the major successes this year, I think, is going to be leeks. Look how much they've grown since I weeded them the other day. The potatoes I put in on a previous video just started to appear. And there's even one of the late potatoes there coming through as well. And there's a few more down. So superb. I'll be putting the others in that area very soon. Just weeding and found this little beauty. Little tiny frog. Doing no harm. In fact, it's doing good. It'll eat all the little bugs and stuff. Okay, so we love little wildlife, animals in the garden, little creatures. Superb. I could spend hours watching them, just doing what they do. Now then, I have asked if we can have people sending in their own little videos of their garden. The videos need to be filmed in landscape and in 16:9 format, which is widescreen. Okay, it'd be great to share some of those videos on my videos that I do. Okay, also, before I come out this morning, I had a look at some of the stats. Okay, and these are about our overseas members that we got on the site now. We got 12 from the USA, 7 from Australia, 3 from Canada, 2 from Belgium, 2 from Mexico, 2 from Spain, 1 from the United Arab Emirates and 1 from India. It would be wonderful, beyond words, to see somebody from overseas sharing their garden. Okay, all you need to do is to private message me. You'll find me on the site. Okay, send me a private message with the 1 to 2 minute videos. Okay, and I'll put them on a forthcoming video. Wouldn't that be great? Okay. Don't mind if I do. Be black currants. Oh, nice. Red currants. And here's the new strawberry patch. Created this year, and they're all brand new plants. I know the first ones over there are Cambridge. I'm not totally sure what those are. If I can remember, and I always say this, I'll try and put a caption up. They're doing quite well. Okay, so quite pleased with the strawberries. When we first picked them, I'll definitely put a short video up about that. So yeah, very, very happy with the strawberries. Now, these are our raspberries. Now we've moved these this year. Okay, and we moved them into the raised bed. Okay, and the main reason of moving them is that now they're completely contained and they can't spread anywhere. Where we had them before, they used to just spread like crazy. And what they'll do is just grow up and create a bit of cover for the strawberries we own. Those are our raspberries. And the raspberries, the main use of those are obviously eating, and also we'll be making some raspberry vodka. Okay, and if I've got time this year, I'll definitely be doing some raspberry wine as well, which is gorgeous. Our new potatoes are only a couple of weeks away, and we got plenty of mint, so that when we boil them, we can have minted potatoes. Absolutely wonderful. And covered back up again, because every bird around is going to want to come and eat our delicious strawberries.
Morning. Sun's just breaking through, Sunday morning, and I'm out at the pond. I just wanted to show you the difference between no pond cleaner and some pond cleaner, what I showed you yesterday. That is considerably cleaner than what it was yesterday. So the cleaner definitely does work. See a lot of reflection from the clouds in the sky, but you get the idea. And the water lily should be out in the next day or two. And I think we've got a second bud coming as well somewhere. Yeah, there's a couple of buds over on that far one over there. So we got some water lilies coming very soon. And I'm really sorry, I forgot to film the bottling of the elderflower champagne yesterday. Some of these bottles were crushed, okay, and I got them out of the recycle bin, washed them out. But today they've more or less pushed themselves out, so it's definitely carbonating. Okay, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, it's going to take, I don't know, 2 or 3 days maybe for it to fully carbonise, to give it that champagne fizz. I'll keep you informed.
Just made this. Basically what it is, a little bird box that I put up my mobile phone in, and we can record the birds. Just tried it. I'm going to go back in now and have a look how it's worked. It's only a test today, it isn't great, but we'll have a look what we can find on there.
And that concludes another episode of Gardening 365. Thank you for those people who have shared so far. If you haven't, please share to all your friends. Please subscribe to YouTube and enjoy your gardening. Bye.